Greetings, gamers. My name's Dr. Langton, and Amphibia is cool. I like the Funny Frog Show. Here's my unscripted review where I just ramble on about latest stories of Mr. X and Sprig's birthday. I should not kick that. So, Mr. X. Mr. X is pretty cool. Forget the name, forget the guy who voices him, but he's got very nice, very cool voice acting, so that I really like. Mr. X is just a really fun character, I think. But the main highlight for me with this episode were the Boon Choys, as in like Mr. and Mrs. Boonchoy. So I also want to say that in that this will come back up later when in Sprig's birthday, but when Mr. Boonchoy is doing his like pull up things and then he falls down and like hurts his back. I'm sick and tired of Mr. Boonchoy getting so much. Like, he's just getting shit on all the time. Like, what was it back in like the last few episodes? Like, what happened? So he had his game controller destroyed. He got his like game erased when he was like hours into like a boss fight that he was just about to win. He got left out of the group hug at the end of Terminator. Like, come on. Why? Also, his house kept getting destroyed and fixing Frobo, and there was a massive hole in his backyard. But okay, technically that also is Miss Moonjoy, but like, it's still affecting him, and there's so much other shit happening to him, and it's really pissing me off. Can we please stop using Mr. Boonchoy as a punching bag? Also, can we actually like get names for Mr. and Mrs. Boonchoy? I think that would be cool if we could actually know what their names are. Yeah. I just went on a bit of a tangent about Mr. Boonchoy getting abused, which I may as well just bring it up in Sprig's birthday when he's just abandoned at the car park alone. Seriously, stop using him as a punching bag. I hate it. Stop being so mean to him. He's like one of the nicest characters in the show, and he's just being abused. I don't like it. It's not nice. But back to I'm not Anstone, that was last week. To Mr. X. The FBI. It's nice. I'm interested to see how the FBI and Mr. X go forward in this, because when I first saw like the FBI in the like trailer and stuff, my guess was that they were gonna play very similar to those secret agent dudes. Like, I think it was Agent Powers, was that his name, I think, in Gravity Falls. How like they would get like one time where they would get like, oh, we're so close, but then they would just get pointless and they would pretty much not really do anything because like what was actually happening was way out of their depth. But now this seems like, but after seeing Mr. X, I've got a feeling it's not going to be like that, because I'm pretty sure Mr. X is in the opening titles. I'm fairly sure. I'm pretty sure I remember seeing him. There's a shot, I think it's a shot of like Anne on a bike, and he's in that ice cream truck van or something. So yeah, that's cool. Also, speaking of characters in the titles, what was the name? Ali and Jess? I'm pretty sure that's their names, from the gay robot girls from the last episode. They're also in the opening, I'm pretty sure. So I'm hoping we get to see more of them. And speaking of gay, there was a bit of gay in Spig's birthday where they had a guy proposing to another guy. So that's nice. We're seeing more. I want to see more, because a lot of the like gay representation I've been seeing in like a lot of these shows, it's very much been sapphic. It's pretty much always been between like two women, which that's great, but it's also nice to say, hey guys can be gay too. I'm glad that we're seeing that. And we already knew Toadie was pretty gay. Like, he was very gay for Mayor Toadstool. We all knew that already. But it's nice to see some actual, pretty much saying, yeah, they're gay. So that's cool. I talk a lot about the gay in these reviews, and how even if like this was a few seconds of screen time, I still like to talk about it, and I'm gonna keep talking about the gay because next week we're getting Yunnan and Olivia, and if Olivia doesn't become canon, we riot, guys. We riot. If Olivia isn't canon next week, we riot, or at least if there's no hints of it becoming canon. There better be. I'm serious. Back to back to this week's episodes. So, Sprig's birthday, it was just very wholesome, really. Just seeing Anne and Sprig doing stuff. I really liked the ending where like Sprig tells her about his favorite birthdays. It's like, the best one was like the first one was like the day he was born, like, of course. But then the other one is that of his birthday when his parents gave him his hat. And that just makes me really sad because, yeah, the ending of Hopping Mall, when Sprig tells Anne about his parents, that's my favorite scene in the entire show, honestly. And it's one of the only two scenes in the show that have made me cry. The other one being the give him back in true colors when Andreas drops Sprig and then Anne's calamity powers unlocked. That's the other moment. But seeing like Sprig like talk about his parents and the fact, and now that like when they gave him his hat, that's just so sweet. I love that. Also, all the comedy around the giant about the giant clown balloon was hilarious. I love that. I think it was probably the best one was that girl who's like saying like, should I like should I do comedy or something, and then she sees it and then she like goes crazy. That was I think that was the best one out of all those jokes. But yeah, I'm just Funny Frog Show is really good, man. It's so good. I love it. One thing, I'm just waiting to fix Frobo back. And I just need to have a look at this. What is the next... I know Yunnan and Olivia is like the second part of next week's episodes. But I want to have a look. Oh! Look, I just dropped my headphones. Okay. I want to have a look. What is it? Spider Sprig, that's what it is. Okay, we're probably not going to get more Frobo. I'm hoping we get Frobo back. So, Spider Sprig, that's going to be interesting. So that's on the... that's the 13th of November. So then we're getting another episode the next week after, and then the week after that, and then it's the Christmas episode. So, okay. Pretty sweet. So then, wait, let's go to 7, 8, 9. So that'll be, I think it's going on hiatus, after episode 10. I'm not sure. Yeah, it probably will be. But, yeah, so those were my thoughts on Mr. X and Sprig's birthday. I hope you enjoy me rambling. I'm doing more face cam because I can't show any footage without getting copyright issues. Well, I can show a little bit, but yeah, I can't do it properly. So I'm just doing face cam now. So yeah, I'll see you next video. Goodbye.